Hello, and welcome back to the Pure Nintendo Podcast. This is your weekly dose of all things Nintendo. My name is Gemma, and joining me once again this week, I have my two excellent friends. Welcome back, Trev. How are you this week?
Hey, Gemma. I am doing good. I hope you're doing good, and hope everyone who's listening is doing good.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you. And welcome back, Kirk.
I have to clarify something real quickly with how you
Sure.
introduce us. When
Okay.
you say we're your excellent friends,
Yes.
do you mean we are excellent people who are your friends, or we're people who are excellent at being friends?
I guess the latter. Excellent friends, like you're excellent at being friends, I would think, was what I
Cool.
meant, probably. Yes.
All right. It's true.
Yeah.
I would help you move if you asked.
Well, there you go. Thank you.
I probably wouldn't because I have two other friends moving this month, and I'm not helping either.
So I'm like third tier for Trev. That's okay.
It's my condition. I don't have my physical strength.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I should clarify you'd have to fly me out to Australia to do it.
that is true. Yes. Yeah. Well, it would could use some help, but it's an expensive move. So thanks in advance. I'll put you
I'll
on the
get you a
waiting
gift
list.
card for pizza. They have much pizza in Australia?
Pizza. Yeah. What?
Do they have much? I don't know. Like here, there's pizza. Like you can't take a step without running into a pizza place.
It's probably more sushi here, but there is a lot of pizza. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of pizza. I love
I feel
pizza.
like that's the go-to moving thing with people who help you just get boxes of pizza.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yep,
that's true.
it
I love that.
definitely is.
Yep, I'll have to keep that in mind. Thank you for the reminder. It's been a while since I've moved, but these are good tips. Thank you. We have a lot of news to cover this week and a lot of games that we're playing, as well as Kirk's Corner, of course. In the news this week, we did hear an announcement from Nintendo, from Miyamoto actually, about the Zelda movie, which is actually coming out slightly earlier than originally planned, which is kind of cool. Like, these things are usually delayed, not moved forward. But anyway, not to be pessimistic, but it's just the way things happen. But the Zelda movie release date has changed, and it's now coming out on the 30th of April, 2027. Did you guys have an opinion on that?
It's like a week earlier, right?
Yeah, pretty much a week. Yeah, I think it was May the 7th or something previously. So it's not that much earlier, but yes, it is earlier. So I don't know
I
why.
think it's
But yeah.
interesting. We haven't seen any like footage or anything. Like
Mm,
normally, in my experience, and I don't see every film in the theater, obviously, but
mhm.
usually they'll have trailers, like preview trailers or something. And they'll be like coming soon, and then they'll pick a date later. I haven't seen a lot of them where they have a date before they showed anything. So I find
That's
that
true.
atypical.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Absolutely. They've been very quiet. It's very hush hush. We know they've wrapped. Did they say they wrapped up filming semi recently? We know the three main actors. Sorry, two main actors, not three. We only know the
I was gonna
two,
say,
don't we?
who's the third?
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, we were speculating on the third. We only know the two. So there's a lot to reveal. We all think there'll be a trailer, obviously, sometime in the next, 6 to 10 months, up to 11 months, but who knows? Yeah, it's interesting. So that's kind of cool. 1 week closer for the Zelda movie, which I think we're all excited about. Some are maybe slightly nervous about because it is a big, it's a big franchise. It's a big story to tell. It's first time for Nintendo having this in a live action way. It's their first, I guess, their first live action movie ever. Really, we don't include the original Mario Brothers movie. I don't think Nintendo was super involved with that, were they? Back in the
Yeah,
90s.
we don't talk about that much.
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
wizard, I mean, that was sort of like a Nintendo
Oh.
commercial for 90 minutes.
Yeah, true. I wonder how involved they were, or they're just
I don't know.
executive producer or money
That's a
behind it.
good film, though. Everyone should check it out.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I can't believe I
What?
haven't seen it. I know.
You know what, Gemma? Not to get off topic 4 minutes in, but even if you didn't see it as a kid, I feel like if when you do get around to watching it, it's going to feel nostalgic. You're going
Mhm.
to like, it's going to gaslight your brain where you feel like you did see it as a kid
Yeah, and I don't
because
know
it
how I
just,
missed it because I was
yeah,
around, like, I was a kid then. What was it, 1989?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
I guess my mom just didn't
It
take
was a
me
busy
to
year at
see
the
it.
theater, 89.
Yeah, must have
Yeah.
been. I'll take your word for it.
Batman,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Batman, the
Indiana
original.
Jones Last Crusade.
Oh, yeah.
I think we talked about this before.
We did, yes. The Zelda news also ties in with an anniversary, which is kind of cool. 25th anniversary for the Oracle game in North America. So that's a neat little tie-in. The Oracle game being Oracle of Seasons and or is that the one you're talking about?
Oracle of Seasons and Ages. They came out the
Ages,
same day.
yes, that's right. So that was 25 years ago. Makes that what, 2001?
Yeah, and the game, I think it was one of the last big Game Boy Color games, if not the last,
Yeah,
because
right.
they
Yeah.
had the GBA after that. And I'd love to see those games redone, like Link's Awakening or Echoes
Oh,
of Wisdom.
yeah.
Take that engine.
That would be great. Yes. And I've only
Oh.
played one of the two Seasons. I think I played Seasons, yeah. So I'd love to play Ages as well. And Seasons again, really, especially in that style. That's pretty cool.
Mm.
Mm. Let's move on to the next piece of news then, unless you have other Zelda movie news to say. There was another announcement by Nintendo during the week, which is that there are some new Switch 2 bundles coming. So this is, I believe it's happening when? I can't remember the date now. Sorry, I didn't write it down. But
I
what it
think they
is,
came out yesterday,
yeah, it's already out. That's
as of
right.
the time of recording.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So this is a neat little way to get a Switch 2 and a game for a slightly discounted price, which is maybe their way of kind of offsetting the recent news of the price hike coming in September. But you can get a Switch 2 and a choice of one of three games, which includes Mario Kart World, it includes Donkey Kong Bonanza and Pokemon Pokopia. And
Gemma, I'm
essentially,
sorry, I totally
yeah.
misspoke.
Oh, okay.
I
It's
don't
not out
think
yet?
they're out.
It might be the end of May, I think. Is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to look out. This says early June even. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I should know because
I
I
think I was
post.
thinking of the Virtual Boy stuff that we're going to talk about, and I think I just
Uh,
transplanted the dates.
yeah, that's okay. I should know better. My brain is still waking up. But it
That's
is
my
coming soon.
excuse.
Yeah. It's coming soon. It will be available soon, and it just means you save a bit of money because it's $4.99. This is US prices, $4.99 for the Switch 2 and a game. Which do we know how much the Switch 2 plus Mario Kart World was previously? Was it that price in the US?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
before the hike, though.
Okay. So basically the
Yeah.
same deal, but now you can choose one of three games. I guess this only is until September, I would assume, because in September the Switch 2 will be $4.99, right? That was what
Yes.
the price hike was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
standard one. And I don't know
Mm.
if they've said what they're going to do with the bundles, if they
Mm.
specifically indicated what the price of that will be.
I didn't see that. No, I don't think they have. So that's why I'm assuming either they will end then with the price hike or they will repackage them and make another deal, I suppose. Add on whatever it was, $50. So
Depends how they
yeah.
move, I suppose, after they get that
Yeah.
hike. I mean, remember with the Wii U, they never really dropped the price on that. They just kept bundling that with games. So
Mm.
maybe they'll do
Yeah.
the same if sales slow down a bit.
Yeah. I don't know. The Wii U didn't do well though. So
No.
yeah, we don't want them to repeat that mistake. But I mean, not that it was a mistake, it just didn't take off. Obviously, we love the Wii U. And the Switch 2 is different. It's already sold well over the Wii U sales number. Yeah, we'll see how it goes in the next couple of months, I suppose. But
So
yeah,
if you guys didn't already have a Switch
Mm.
2 and you were to buy a bundle, which one would you pick?
I mean, I'd probably get Mario Kart World still. I think I'd want all three. They're all great games. I have all three, but Mario Kart World is the most played Switch 2 game in our household, I would say. What about you, Kirk?
I would probably go with the other Mario Kart bundle. I don't. What was it? Was it Galaxy 1 and 2?
Oh, is there one of those? Is there a Galaxy bundle?
I think it was it Bonanza and
Yeah, it was Bonanza,
Pokopia.
Pokopia, or Mario Kart World.
Let me see. I thought I saw something else here. Let's Mario Kart World bundle, Pokemon.
Maybe that was a
Yeah.
Switch 1 bundle.
According to what I'm seeing here, Nintendo Switch 2 plus Super Mario Galaxy 1 plus 2 bundle.
How much is that one?
500.
Oh, okay. Well, there you
Oh,
go.
that's out
no,
right
wait.
now.
It says this one's expired.
Okay. Yeah, that's an old
Okay,
one.
yeah, all right. I was okay. Yeah, I had that one in front of me. I don't know. So, what are the bundles? I'm not getting Pokemon. Scratch that.
It's
Donkey
Um,
Kong, Donkey
Donkey
Kong
Kong
Bonanza,
Bonanza
or
and
Mario
Mario
Kart World.
Kart.
Yeah, Trevor and I are in sync.
okay. You know what? It would depend on the people around me because I would probably go with Bonanza,
Yeah.
but if my family did not already have it, I know they prefer Mario Kart, so I would do that for them because none of the games I'm super into.
hmm What about you, Trev?
I'd probably do like, I mean, I like Bonanza a lot, but I would probably do Mario Kart just because I feel like it would have more legs, and I think it's
hmm
also standalone a little more expensive
That's true.
than
It is actually. I
Bonanza.
did look that up. I think it is the most
But
expensive of the three. Yeah.
I mean, Kirk reminded me with the Galaxy bundle, they had that Pokemon ZA bundle. If that was
Mm.
part of it, I might pick that because that was my game of the year. So
Yeah, true.
um,
Yeah, that was a great game.
they're all
Yeah.
good games. I mean, I haven't played Pokopia yet, but I've heard good things. So
Oh yeah, they are all really good games. You couldn't go wrong with either one of those. I guess I'd love to know what listeners think if you didn't have a Switch 2 and you picked up this bundle. Which one would you get with it? That's a really good question. Thank you. Let's move on to some more news. More titles, 5 in fact, were added to the Virtual Boy Online Classics just this week or last week, just a couple of days ago. So we have 5 new games added to the collection, and these are V Tetris, Jack Brothers, Space Invaders. I think Space Invaders has a subtitle. Sorry, I didn't write that down. Virtual Bowling and Vertical Force. So a nice little collection there. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to try these ahead of the podcast. I will be playing them because I have the Virtual Boy and I'm interested in trying all of them. I know, Trev, you own one of them from back in the day, and Kirk has sampled some of these on the new Virtual Boy. So, who would like to speak first to the Virtual Boy stuff?
You go first, Trev.
okay, yeah. Of these 5, I only had one. I thought I had 2, but I didn't. Virtual Bowling is not the one I had. I had Nestor's Funky Bowling, which
Mm.
is a different game. I don't know why the Virtual Boy, with such a tiny library, had 2 bowling games, but
Yeah, it didn't have
uh,
like 19 games or something in total. How many games did
yeah,
it have?
2 bowling games, 2 Tetris games for
Two
that matter.
Tetris. Yes.
Um,
Mm.
doctor my head. But Vertical Force is the game that I had as a kid, which is a shmup, shoot 'em up. And it was pretty cool. I like diving kind of from, above the clouds or whatever to like more towards the surface. And I feel like it adapted that old kind of arcade style where a lot of those early arcade games, you would have targets on the ground and in the air, and you'd have
hmm
to like shoot lasers with the A, drop bombs with the B. But in Vertical Force, your ship could just go down, which was pretty cool. It wasn't probably the most impressive 3D game, but I think it was effective, and I remember having fun with it.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. It sounds fun. I love a shoot 'em up. Now, Kirk, how did you go with these? Which ones did you try?
I tried all of them except for Virtual Bowling.
Oh, okay. Why did you
And I
skip
think
that?
it's just because I got tired of holding the system to my head.
Right. hmm
In fact, it's funny. Like when you first launch it, they talk about how you could set a reminder or something to say you've been playing this too long. I can't remember if it's half an hour or an hour. And I
Mm.
thought, how many people had to take advantage of that and were able to sit here and play one of these games for that length of time? Because I get about 10, 15 minutes in and I'm done.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's
but
not one
yeah,
for longevity, is it?
no, yeah, I don't think so. Back then, maybe. And if it, and also keep in mind, I've got the cardboard unit that I'm holding up instead of the
True.
tabletop system.
hmm
But I did play Vertical Force. Yeah, it reminded me a bit of Zaxxon, I guess I want to say. Um, the old arcade game because that one you kind of like in one motion. I don't know how to say it. Like in Vertical Force, you hit a button and you drop down to the next plane like perfectly. And it's up and down, up, down. There's no in between that you need to worry about. In Zaxxon, you did kind of have to worry about that. You could have been like not in sync with anything that you had to shoot.
Hmm.
But yeah, that one was kind of cool. Space Invaders, I really dug,
Cool.
even though it doesn't really change Space Invaders at all. It's just a different angle that you're looking at it. But I thought that was kind of fun. And it could be also like I read a review of it and they complained because the developers should have done more and like even updated the audio. Like the fact that they used the actual audio from the original arcade game, or at least mimicked it really well, to me was the selling point, because
Yeah.
that's such a nostalgic sound for me.
Yeah. I wouldn't want them to change that. No way.
Yeah, so that one was cool. I could see myself firing that up from time to time, or even better, when I'm showing the Virtual Boy to people who haven't played it before.
Mhm.
That's a good game to use because it highlights the 3D, and I mean, not as effectively as other games, but you can at least get a feel for it, and everyone knows how to play it. So,
Mm.
like, some of the controls in these games are really wonky, and you have to hit the ZR thing to kind of figure out where stuff is. That's hard to show people when you can't see the screen that they're looking at. So you could start up Space Invaders, give it to them, and they know exactly what to do.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Mhm.
V Tetris, I played. I played that one long enough to when it started speeding up, and then I got too stressed out and had to quit. I am not a Tetris player. When those things start coming down fast, it triggers me, I guess.
Do
I
you know what
can't
the
deal with it.
difference? What's the difference between V Tetris and whatever the other Tetris is?
This one is more like standard Tetris. It behaves like the other one's like you're looking down, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, this one you're looking straight ahead of the screen. In fact, the 3D is
Ah,
almost non-existent in V Tetris.
right. Okay. So this is more
Um,
like traditional, and yeah, that's interesting.
yeah,
I guess they wanted. I don't know why they couldn't bundle this as a part of the other one. Like you have the option of choosing, do you want top down? But I suppose the top down one is very 3D, as in it's virtual as well, but it's also 3D blocks. Like it's that,
yeah,
yeah, got that depth. Whereas you're saying this one is just more or less 2D, like a flat, like
yeah,
the blocks are
yeah,
just flat, they're two
yeah.
dimensional. Yeah.
Real like
Okay.
you still get 3D effect with like the backgrounds and things. And
Hmm.
there was, I think, I can't remember if it was this game or one of the other ones. This one had options that I didn't dig into, so maybe there is something else behind the
Mm.
screen that I didn't try.
Hmm.
I just played standard Tetris.
Mm. Cool. And what about Jack Brothers?
Jack, bro, I was surprised to see Atlas's logo when I started this up. I wouldn't have thought that Atlas had developed a Virtual Boy game, but they did. I like that it's called Jack Brothers. It uses like the characters are like a jack o' lantern. I think Jack Frost, and I can't remember the other one, but it's that little dude that's in like almost all the Shin Megami Tensei games. It's like a character that anyone who's played any Atlas game is going to recognize. And I chose him. It didn't have Trev. It didn't have Wolfman Jack as one of the options, or I would have picked him too. But yeah,
Maybe some
this is a cool
DLC,
game.
right?
What's that? Oh,
Some DLC.
and Wolf, is he the one who sang? He did that parody, that Space Invaders song, right? Wasn't that Wolfman Jack? Anyway, they could have done a tie-in. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Wolfman Jack had a novelty song in like 1979 called Space Invaders. Look it up on YouTube,
You
everyone.
might have.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, this is a cool game because it's like you're on these paths with railings so you can't fall off, and it's different heights, and you need to find keys and kill the enemies as you're working your way through this maze to find the keys. And then once you find them all, you fall down to the next level.
Hmm.
And then do it again. And then there's like a boss battle. And the boss battle was really awkward to do. I don't think I even made it past it. So I really only played about 3 levels of this game. But really good use of the 3D because you're on a plane, and as you're moving around on these paths looking down on it, you can see the next one beneath you. So
Hmm.
there's a really good depth to it. And then the gameplay was kind of unique and fit in easily with the minimal controls that you get with the Virtual Boy. So yeah, I think Jack Brothers may be my new favorite game on the system.
Cool. It
Oh,
does sound good. I didn't realize that's why it's called Jack Brothers. Yeah. Like it's the Jack people. There's 3 of them, right? 3 Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Characters. This sounds like a thing they should have, I don't know. Should be more Jack Brothers. Like, is this the only instance of a Jack Brothers game, the Virtual Boy version?
I believe so. You would think they could have done something like this on the 3DS very easily.
Mm.
So I don't know why that wasn't done if it wasn't.
Yeah, because that sounds a bit like the Zelda game. What is the one? The sequel to A Link to the Past. What is it? Link Between Worlds, right? They had that depth with the dungeons you could see below, and you could go down into the next level below.
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like that. And from the screenshots, yeah, it looks pretty cool, this one.
I
Yeah.
don't know about that song, but Wolfman Jack did voice the chief in one of my favorite Garfield movies when I was a kid, Garfield in Paradise. So check that out, and
Yeah.
you'll recognize his voice. He had a distinct, like a smoker's voice. I don't know how to describe it.
Okay. Thank you for that summary there, Kirk. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it was a good group of games to dump.
Yeah.
And I think also a good group of games to hold on to because like it kind of rekindled my interest in the Virtual Boy. So like I'll actually be playing it a bit again, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point. And I mean, so we've got how many games did we have previously? Was it 5 already? Now we've got 10. Is that half of the library right there? This is why they spaced them out a bit, I guess. But by the end of the year, we'll probably have all of them. Yeah, well, that's cool. I'd love to know if listeners are playing it. There's 22 officially released Virtual Boy games, but there might have also been others that weren't officially released that they were still bringing out. Was that right? I don't know.
I don't know if they picked up any, like, because a lot of times when a system's dying, games will be like in progress, half done, 75% done, and I don't know if they picked up any, like, and finished any of the old ROMs, or I don't know if there's a homebrew community for Virtual Boy, but maybe. I mean, there is for most systems, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Very interesting. Is there a game missing from the list, Trev, that you are aware of that you would like to see them release?
Well, now that they get the virtual bowling, I want Nestor's Funky Bowling so people can compare.
Yeah.
And Nestor was Nintendo's character, so it's not like there's licensing issues. He was from the old Nintendo Power Howard and Nestor comics that they ran for the first, I don't know, a few years in the magazine anyway. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Well, let's see if that's in the next group to come out. I guess it'll be in a couple of months' time. We'll see. Let's move on to some more news. And there was a really cool video released last week or a couple of days ago, which was Pokemon Winds and Waves, an orchestrated theme video, like the orchestra playing the theme song for this new game, the game that's coming out next year, which is super cool. What a cool thing to release randomly. Trev, you gave it a listen. What did you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And I'm not surprised because I always enjoy orchestrated soundtracks and video games. Not knocking chiptunes, obviously. I love chiptune music as well, but now that we reached a point, well, not now, I mean, we've had them before, but in more recent years where orchestrated soundtracks are becoming more of the norm for these big release games.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. And of course, they spliced it in between the orchestra with footage from the game. And I don't think it was anything new. I think it was just mashups of, stuff we had already seen earlier. But I'm sure those who are probably Pokemon enthusiasts maybe dove through each screenshot and maybe they picked up some stuff I didn't. But yeah, give it a listen. I'm looking forward to not just the game, but the soundtrack specifically.
Yeah. And like you can see in the video, it's a big orchestra. Like it's a full sound. Everyone looks really excited to be there. Like there's little mascots walking around and the people in the orchestra get to meet them.
Yes. It was cute.
Yeah, very cute. Yeah. I think what a cool job. I think they would just love to be involved with this. So yeah, that's really neat. Should I ask you, Kirk, about this or no?
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
That's okay.
Cut me some slack. I played the Virtual Boy game.
Yeah, you did a good job with that. Thank you. Yeah. Next up, we have a new trailer. I'm sorry.
I do want to say one thing before we move on from music.
Sure.
Correcting myself from earlier. The song Space Invaders was not by Wolfman Jack.
Okay.
It was by a Cleveland area DJ, and that's why I know him, because I grew up listening to him, named Uncle Vic.
Oh, okay.
So everyone look that up. Space Invaders by Uncle Vic. You will not be disappointed.
All right. That's our homework for this week. Thank you.
Yes. I wonder how many DJs people can name. Like, I'll be honest, other than Wolfman Jack and who was the one from WKRP in Cincinnati? I don't think I can name too many.
I don't know. I've never heard of these people. So.
I know from back in the 80s when I listened to radio and DJs, like there used to, oh boy, I'm going off now. There was a time when you would listen to specific DJs because you knew they played the kind of stuff that you were into.
Mm.
Now that's all done corporately and from a button far off in the world, and the actual DJs don't get to pick their own songs. It's all run by the corporation running the radio station. So that doesn't matter anymore. But I think back in the day, at least I did, and my friends did, we had specific DJs that we listened to, like Uncle Vic and Jim Chino, and I'll stop there.
Well, shout out to those guys.
Oh, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, right?
That one I've heard of.
Not really my style of music, though. Who was the DJ playing like the 80s synthesizer songs? That was my style.
I don't know. Let's get back on track. There's a new trailer.
For now. Back on track for now.
But I do love the tangents. I hope the listeners do, because I think it's what makes our show kind of unique, is that we have these little extra bits we go into. These deep cuts. But yeah, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, which is coming out. Is it this week? Is it the 21st? It's out this week. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Yeah. So that's probably why they released a new trailer. There is yet another new trailer. It's only a 2-minute trailer, but this game already looks great, right? I'm sure Trev especially is pretty excited about this one. The trailer it looks so good. And I'm hearing lots of good things from people, and not lots of good things, lots of positivity. Like people are saying this looks really good. It looks really fun. Obviously it looks cute. It kind of looks, there's a bit of a, what is it, like a Studio Ghibli vibe to some of the animation as well. Have you noticed that? Like some of the characters?
Now that you say that, I'm not sure I picked up a whole lot on that earlier, but now that you say that, I can,
Yeah, there's some characters, maybe not necessarily in this trailer, but there's some other characters previously that have that big body, but like, I don't know, the style of the drawings, they just look like they'd come right out of a Studio Ghibli movie to me. Even my son noticed that. He's like, that looks like a Studio Ghibli character. I'm like,
did we talk about that before? It's Ghibli. It is Ghibli.
I don't know. That's what I say.
Because I feel like I've been saying Ghibli, but that might just be from a Strong Bad Homestar Runner.
No, it could be Ghibli. I think we did talk about this, and I still haven't changed my ways. I'm sorry if it's Ghibli.
No, you might be right. I might be wrong. It's too ingrained on me now. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the trailer, it shows new content, which is cool. There's this giant green character that Yoshi's interacting with. I think some of these pink characters we've seen before, and they do look a bit Ghibli-ish, the round pink ones. There's some kind of boomerang character that he's playing with there. There's,
is it a snail that looks like
it is a snail-like thing. It's a snail-ring. I don't know what the name will be, something punny, I'm sure. But yeah, it does look like a snail boomerang. Just neat. It looks like there's going to be a lot to discover, which is what the whole game's about. Like, it's about filling out this book, discovering new creatures and adding them to the book, working out what they do, how to interact with them. Yeah, it looks very, very creative. And I love the style of it, the colors, the animation, even the backgrounds you can see in the trailer. So beautiful. What's caught your eye, Trev? What would you like to say about this one?
I really enjoy the visual style. I feel like the Yoshi games kind of are known for having unique visual styles. Like one game doesn't look like the next game, generally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to seeing this in motion. The guy who narrated the trailer, I probably wouldn't pick him as my DJ because he sounded a little overly enthusiastic at points, which might just be the way he was directed to deliver it. But I only mention that because I hate for people to watch the trailer and be like, oh, this is obviously a kid's game. Listen to the way he's describing it. Kids can obviously enjoy Yoshi, and they have. But these games generally are as easy or as hard as you want them to be because, the Yoshi games are about collectibles. It's not just finishing the level. You want to get all the collectibles and get as close to 100% as you can. And that's where the real challenge lies. So I'm sure that this game is going to be approachable, but at the same time is going to have the content for those people who really want to, feel taxed. Like, I got to really work for this. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point. And there's some more Yoshi news. I was going to say Noshi news, but I didn't, and then I said it anyway. Yoshi news. There's new music added to the Nintendo Music app in the form of Yoshi's NES and Game Boy outings. I did not get a chance to listen to this, but I have played the game, so I'm familiar with the soundtracks. Did you give it a listen, Trav?
this is DJ Noshi saying I did not. I have played the games. I yeah, I mostly, I don't have nostalgia for this one. When I was a kid, I played it when I was a kid on the NES, but I was more about the sequel, Yoshi's Cookie. So I didn't load this one up, and I generally don't listen to Game Boy soundtracks that much as a rule, for that matter, because, well, it didn't have the best speaker. Let's put it that way. We all know that.
Yeah. There's only so much
but,
you can take, I guess.
yeah, nobody's going to be releasing Yoshi tracks on 24 cartridges like those little Pokemon ones.
Yeah.
It's cool they're there, though. I would sooner listen to other Yoshi soundtracks, and I have. So look up all of them, I would say, and dabble.
Nice. Thank you, Trev. One more piece of news before we move on to Kirk's Corner, and that is about Tomodachi Life, because that's been out now. Is it a month? It's been out around a month, and it's been the best-selling physical release for Japan in 2026, even topping Pokopia. Wow. That's actually incredible. That's crazy.
I was surprised about that, and granted, I predicted Tomodachi Life would be a bestseller, but it's exceeded my expectations. I thought maybe because it's a Switch 1 game that, the Switch 1 is slowing down. It would still move, 1 million, maybe 2, but I underestimated Japan's love of this series, this franchise.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. Yeah, because it's been out a shorter time than Pokopia, but maybe, yeah, like you say, the Switch, I mean, it's slowing down, but obviously there's a lot of people with the Switch still, and Switch 2 players can still play it. Like, anyone can play this one. So having that, install base of how many millions of Switch players maybe does help move a game like this. Like, if Pokopia was on the Switch, imagine how crazy that would have gone.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I didn't think of this, but since you mentioned that, the virtual game cards, it's so easy to switch back and forth between games, like, because I've been playing Tomodachi Life. And...
Thank you.
Hey, Talking Flower.
I forgot to turn him off today. Yeah, there he is.
I did paper. What did you guys do?
I did rock. So you beat me.
The Talking Flower sounds like a DJ.
Yeah, he does a bit, actually.
What was I saying? Oh, the virtual game cards make it so easy to switch, because, like, we've been playing Tomodachi Life on the Switch too. Not that it's a game that necessarily benefits a ton from that, but it's in the living room. It's the big TV. But then, we go in the bedroom at night and we have the Switch in here, and I'm like, hey, do you want to play a little more before we go to sleep? And we load it up in the bedroom, and it's seamless. So, people, if you're not taking advantage of that, if you still have your Switch 1, there's an initial load, but once it's there, it loads up instantly. So it's just awesome.
That is so cool. Yeah. I think I've only done that once, and that was the game that I had to play on the Switch, that review game that I did that didn't work on the Switch too.
Oh, I remember that.
I had to get my Switch booted up. Yeah, that is really neat. That is really, really cool. I do love that. Kirk, have you ever done that? Have you gone back to your Switch at all since getting the Switch 2?
I have, but for different reasons. I have completely different games on that I don't have on my Switch 2. Even like Switch 1 games. Like, when I pick up one system, it's like I have a different library available to me on that. I haven't shared across the two.
Oh, okay. I've just been downloading everything again on my Switch 2 and playing it on my Switch 2. It's just become my primary device.
Yeah.
That's how I'm using it, but that's cool. The Switch 1 is still there. It's just, I think I said on the show that the charger's broken. Like right as I got the Switch 2, the charger broke. So it's a bit of a pain to use the Switch 1 now. I should probably trade it in, I guess. I don't know. It's good for travel, I guess, because then the kids can have one each. But then they both want the Switch 2. So doesn't quite work, does it? I did have one actually little extra bit, not really news, but I did put a poll up last week. You might remember we talked about Star Fox, and I did put a poll up to ask what people's favorite character, who the favorite character was. I mean, you can probably guess. We did say it was probably Fox, and it was, but the others weren't 0% at all. Fox was 64%. Do you want to guess who was second?
Falco.
Yeah, Falco was 18, and then Peppy and Slippy were both 9. So, yeah, a bit of love for the others, which is nice. But Fox was the overall winner. So, thank you for participating in the poll. It's time for Kirk's Corner. What have you got for this? Let me say that again. What have you got for us this week?
I've got a game that sounds like another game that we've already been looking forward to, but it's not. It's something different. I have Moss, the Forgotten Relic. This is coming to the Switch 1 and 2. The press release doesn't indicate if there are like different versions for each or it's just compatible across both. I still get confused when I get press releases on how people are differentiating between the two. But this is, once again here, I'll just read the opening paragraph or the descriptive paragraph from the game. And hopefully we have some video going in the background. Moss, the Forgotten Relic, is an emotional and atmospheric adventure set in the pages of a living storybook, brimming with myth and ancient magic. Moss tells the tale of Quill, a young mouse with dreams of greatness beyond the confines of her home. Blending exploration, environmental puzzles, combat, and a heartfelt connection between player and hero, this fabled story invites players into a timeless fantasy adventure designed to stay with them long after the final page is turned. And I thought they were talking about that Hella game that we had seen before. A cute mouse going on an adventure, environmental puzzles, kind of a cozy atmosphere with some combat. But you know what? It looks just as good. It looks a little more cartoony, but still, I mean, not like an actual cartoon. But
like it's not a real. The mouse doesn't look real, but it looks great. Like it looks like a
yeah. It's like it's just drawn like to be a little more cute, maybe less more cinematic and less based on reality.
Yeah, I can see that.
Not that Hella really is, but yeah. It looks really good. Every time I come to this page where I read about it, some video starts and it's throwing me off because I'm listening to it in my headphones. So I won't do that anymore. But I did mention combat, and one of the things I like in this is, it's a cute game. It looks like it's going to be fun. Puzzles to solve. You can work on it together. Kids may want to play it too. And if the kids are really young, you can completely turn off the combat or skip it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I'm seeing that a bit more in games now, where the difficulty levels really tailor to that. Like it's almost to, I don't know if it's the point where it turns off like this one, but it goes to the point where it becomes more of an interactive movie or a story, or it's an interactive game really, but it plays like a movie in that the combat is so low level that you're just playing through it and enjoying it without the stress of it, which I kind of like how that's a thing, that option. Yeah.
I don't mind it. I know a lot of people will, cry foul because you're missing out on the whole experience. I'm like, well, you know what? That's not the experience everyone's going for.
Yeah.
Play games and,
get good.
And if the story is strong enough, and emotional enough, or whatever, it doesn't. The combat is, adds to it, of course, and gives you more to do. But the story,
it's silly to fret over it if it's a choice, because if you don't like it, don't use it. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Yeah. No one's forcing you to. And if a game doesn't have combat, then it's not a combat game. And then if people don't like it, don't play it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they're doing that in like Mortal Kombat, then maybe we need to rethink why this game's out there. But in something like this, where the focus really is the adventure, the combat is just something you do along the way. Then yeah, maybe we can tone down the combat for certain people and
Yeah.
jack it up for those who really want to watch their mouse just beat up whatever. I don't know what he's beating up. They don't show it in the trailer.
And there's no release date for this, is it? It's just coming in 2026? Is that right?
Yes, yeah, 2026.
So we'll definitely keep an eye out. I love the top-down perspective as well, because it looks not like every other top-down game. It's kind of further back and it's on an angle. I don't know how to describe it, but it looks like it's. Do you know what I mean? It's not top-down exactly, and it's not third person. It's like you kind of have this view of the room where the mouse is walking.
It looks cinematic because like some screens the camera looks higher, some it looks more side, some it's angled like a different way. So like a sweeping camera.
Yeah, it does kind of sweep across as you're moving through an area by the looks of it, which is pretty neat. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the key features mentioned here too is solving handcrafted diorama-like environmental puzzles. So I get the feeling they really want to control the view we're getting for that puzzle. So it's probably going to shift depending on where you are and what your goal is.
Yes, that makes sense. That's
Why
lovely.
do they call it Moss, the Forgotten Relic, and not Mouse? If you're playing a mouse.
Well, is Moss the name of the mouse? Maybe.
No, the moss. The moss. The moss's name is Quill. The mouse's name is Quill. DJ Quill.
Oh, that's funny. I love how there's always a theme to our shows. This is obviously the theme of today's show. So I'm guessing Moss maybe is the place where the mouse lives.
It could be.
Could be. Yeah. Anyway, it looks really good. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. We will keep an eye on it and see when it has an official release date. It's not on the eShop, I'm guessing, at this point.
It's not, no. But you can learn about it on Steam.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you. Love that. Love the surprise, the surprises that you bring every week. It's great. Let's move on to the games we're playing. And we have, as I like to say, a nice healthy list, robust list. I'm going to kick things off because I'm super excited to talk about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which I want to say I caved in and bought. But I mean, I always wanted to get this game. Like, even when it was announced, when did it come out? Was it 2023, 2024 on the Xbox? And I'm like, this game looks good. I hope it comes to the Switch. It was never going to come to the Switch, but this is a great game for the Switch too. And I think it came out last year on the PlayStation. So now it's gone full circle. It's on every console. That's kind of a pun, but not really. Anyway,
Indiana Jones in the full circle.
Full circle. Yeah, because I'm a big indie fan of the movies. I love the movies, and yeah, very, very grateful that this was a game that has come to Switch too. And I'm grateful they've done a good job with it, because they've done a really good job with it. It looks fantastic. It plays really well. I picked it up. I got a decent price for the physical, and I went physical because it's full game on cart, which is great, right? For third-party games. We don't see that a lot anymore on the Switch
awesome.
too. Yeah. Really cool. So of course I picked it up on physical. Good old Amazon had a deal. So, I got a little bit of a discount, but that's okay. And it just arrived the next day. So I didn't have to wait very long. Basically got it on launch day. I've been playing it. I'm a couple hours in. I don't know if probably you guys haven't played the previous, like, on other systems, I'm guessing, right? Like, you're not familiar with the game, the story or anything like that, right?
No.
I
played Lego Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I've played that too. That was great. So it actually starts off, you're playing through the intro to Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is interesting because, this is set after that. This is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and before The Last Crusade. So it's right in that really, key indie time period. 1937, I think, is the actual year. So it starts off and I'm like, this is the intro to Raiders of the Lost Ark. What's going on here? I'm like, it must be a flashback or a dream or something. And it is. But it's really cool because it teaches you Indy's moves. And because, presumably most people have seen Raiders of the Lost Ark if they're playing this game. You don't have to, of course, but you know the beats. There's the two guides, and one of them's going to betray you. There's the whole thing with swapping off the statuette with the sand. There's the rolling ball. It's the whole thing. It's the whole intro. And then I don't know how far the intro goes because something happens and Indy wakes up and he's dreaming about it, basically. And then the story of the Great Circle begins. I don't know if that point changes for different people depending on what they do or if it's a set point. So something happened. And it's not really a spoiler exactly, but I don't want to say it. Just I want you to go and enjoy it. But that's what happened. And then Indy begins a new adventure and he's chatting to Marcus at, where is he from? Is it Boston? Where does he live? Connecticut? Somewhere over there on the east, I think. And he's at the university and there's a break-in and Indy, of course, has to go and investigate. So off he goes on the plane and the little map has the little thing that follows the plane. I love that. It's very much like an indie movie. And I just love this because it's basically like a new movie, just in game form. So how cool is that, right? Like we kind of have a new indie. And I have to say, the voice actor, is it Troy Baker? Does a really good job. He sounds like Harrison Ford. He's done such a phenomenally good job of portraying Indy's voice. Most of the time, I'm just like, this could be Harrison doing Indy. Like, it's really good. I think he's done a fantastic job there. Graphically, it looks really good. There's lots of puzzles to solve. I really like, we were talking about Moss and having the option to switch off combat. This has quite a few difficulty levels, and I have to double check, but I think one of them was really low level combat, or maybe I'm not sure if it was no combat or very low level combat, but you can adjust this to your liking. You can make it as easy or hard as you want. And for something like this, which is very much like a movie, making that combat very easy for yourself might be the way to go if you're not a particularly good fighter, or if you don't usually play first person games like this, because it is a first person outing. There is combat, and I've chosen a relatively easy level, but I haven't gone no combat, and I've chosen to do the puzzles because you can sort of switch them off a little bit as well. That's what I'm saying before. I love that they have all those options available. Just do it how you want. If you want more combat, you want the enemies to be harder and have more health, go for it. Make a challenge for yourself. And a lot of people will play through on an easy level and then play through on a harder level, which means you get even more value out of the game. So that's another option. That's what my son did with Resident Evil recently. Played it through on an easier one, then went ahead and played it again on a harder one. So there's heaps of ways to do that. So I'm a couple hours in. I've been to the Vatican City and explored around there. The combat's pretty good. Indy can punch. He can pick up lots of objects around him, like pretty much anything. There's just like, you can throw bottles, you can pick up brooms and sticks, and then he does have a gun at some point, so you can shoot. The bullets seem pretty limited so far, so I haven't really done a lot of shooting. But there was one bit where someone saw me and ran towards me, and then all of his friends ran towards me. And so I kind of just took out the gun and shot them because it was like 10 of them. Like, I'm not going to punch all these guys. So I just shot them, which was quite satisfying. What else can I say? Yeah, I just think it's a great game. They've done a really, really good job with this one. I hope other people are enjoying it. I really wanted to support the Switch 2 version as well, which is another reason why I wanted to buy the physical. I would have got it eventually, digital or physical, but I'm glad I could support the physical, and I hope they get the message that people prefer it and they like it. Yeah, but I'm going to keep going with it. It's I don't know how long the game is. I can't remember if it's like 20 hours or something. I think it's about 20 hours from memory. I think I looked it up. So it's a decent length. I think there are 10, was it 8 or 10 kind of areas to explore, I believe. I think I'm up to the second or third one. Yeah. So it's relatively linear, but there's a lot of exploration, and you can choose different paths. You can find letters, you light those lamps with your fire sort of thing. I've been swimming to get through a tunnel that I couldn't pass. 9 a.m. That's the time. Thank you, Talking Flower. Yeah, so there's a lot to it. I'm looking forward to delving in a bit more and giving this one a more thorough playthrough. So, yeah, I might touch on it again in a few weeks if I manage to get further. But yeah, that's my story with the Great Circle. Any questions about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle?
What is the Great Circle? Like,
Well, I don't know.
that to me is like the worst possible title they could have come up with a video game, especially for an indie game. You got the
Yeah.
Temple of Doom and the Last Crusade, and they all sound so important. And now I'm going into a Great Circle.
I hadn't really considered that, but when you say it like that, yeah, it doesn't sound as good.
He's fighting geometry.
Yeah. I don't know yet because I don't know what the Great Circle means. He's not that far along in the game. So, currently there was a theft at the college, the university where he's working, and he's trying to piece together why there's a giant. Actually, it's pretty cool. The enemy that you fight initially, who's the thief? He's gigantic. He's like super tall. Like I'm thinking, is it Jaws from James Bond? Was he super tall? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a
Spy
big
Who
dude.
Loved Me, Moonraker.
Yeah,
He's just great.
He's just a really tall guy, and he beats Indy up. I don't know if I was meant to pass out, but I did. So I feel like he was unbeatable. And then you wake up and Marcus is there, and the thief is gone.
Get good.
Get good. And you have to like look around and see what was taken, and that kind of sends you on your mission kind of thing, and that takes you to the Vatican. So currently, where I'm exploring is just looking for clues as to why this particular relic was stolen and what it means. So I haven't really come across the term Great Circle yet in the game, but that's the mystery that will be solved eventually, I think, is this Great Circle mystery.
Maybe it's someone who can draw a perfect circle. They say it's impossible for humans to do that. They've got someone.
Surely someone can do that. If you draw 100 circles, one of them has to be, or maybe 1,000. One has to be.
I could do it. You just got to give me a protractor.
And do it slowly, right? You just have to take your time with it. So, yeah. So anyway, that's the big game of this week.
I had a question too, Gemma.
Sure.
Actually, first I had a statement. You were saying, where does Indy live? This according to AI, so take it with a pinch of salt. But as a boy, he was in Utah, which was the start of Last Crusade. Then it says he grew up in New Jersey, and then was in Connecticut, and then later in New York.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Yeah, I thought I saw Connecticut somewhere. I think in the game he mentioned it. He was from Connecticut because he's at the moment he's posing as a like a priest or something in the Vatican, so he can sneak around. And he met another priest and said he was from Connecticut. So I'm like, cool. Is that near you, Trove? You near Connecticut?
Yeah, Indy's probably close to the New York border, I would think, though.
They should have like a house, like an indie house. You know how in London they have Sherlock Holmes' house, even though he's a fictional character. They have a house on Baker Street.
He is. I'm just playing.
Yeah, they should have an indie house. That'd be cool. Anyway,
there's a lot of like commuters from like the border, the western border of Connecticut. They all work in New York and commute to Connecticut.
Yeah, okay.
Or commute to New York rather from Connecticut. So.
Makes sense.
But my question was, you said it was first person. Is there any third person, or is it all first person, or can you switch?
It seems to be all first person. It only looks third person when Indy's like climbing a ladder or something.
Okay.
And it goes back and you can see Indy climbing the ladder. There's heaps of cutscenes and you see Indy then. So he's always, there seems to be a lot of cutscenes where he's talking to people. But generally when you're playing, first person. And it doesn't seem to be switchable.
Okay.
As far as I can tell. Yeah. So you can sort of see his hands. When he's punching, you can see his hands. When he's picking up objects, you can see the object. Yeah, I don't play a lot of first person stuff. Like Resident Evil is one of the only ones. So I'm not particularly used to it. But it's fine. Yeah. You get used to it pretty quickly when you're playing. So it'd be cool to see Indy though, I think. Like I don't know why they wouldn't want more Indy on the screen. Like he's such a, I don't know, well-known character. But I don't know. They went with that option. Not sure. But it's cool. It works. But I should give you guys a chance to talk about some games as well. So what is Kirk playing this week?
Well, once again, it's a game I've just started, so we won't need to talk about it too long. But this game is called Drill Core. It's been out for a bit. It's again, it's like a combination. Is it a combination of a couple different games? I don't know. It's weird. I mentioned before, I'm kind of like starting to dig into some of these review games that are outside of my comfort zone or something that look a little more unique. And I think I've got that with this. Basically, you're on this alien planet, and you're a miner, except you don't really have like one character. There's this corporation that's getting you to mine, so they're giving you the tools to do this, and it's really a strategy game on how to make as much money as you can or dig as far down as you can without being killed by a bunch of ruthless aliens. So you get this big platform. There are three different platforms you can have. You can have one run by humans, one run by dwarves, and one run by something called swarnids. The only one I've done so far is humans, so I'll focus on that. But it's like you drill down to a certain point and then it stops, and then you need to start creating people, or getting the resources to send out someone who's able to do the mining, someone who's able to carry it back, and then someone who's able to protect the people while they're there. So you kind of path or draw out a path of where you want to mine, and then you can see they're like gems or something, and you get that and it sends it back. And then as the people are carrying it back, they can use that to develop new items, like new turrets, the ability to move faster. You're basically choosing what enhancement you're going to build, and it all costs the various gems that you're getting. However, while you're drilling, there are two things going on. Underneath the platform is where you're doing the mining, and there are enemies that will pop up out of the stone, out of the rock, and attack. So you have to protect the people down there. This is all done during the day. Nighttime, you need to hurry up and get everyone back. And then from above you, where you've dug down with your platform, a swarm of almost like, again, Space Invaders style enemies will start coming down, and you need to have developed your turrets to take them out. So now it also becomes kind of like a tower defense game.
Cool.
And you're balancing your mining, your resources, while also balancing your defenses and getting down as far as you can to make as much money as you can for the corporation.
Interesting.
Yep.
And then, so
Now,
do you run out of steam at some point? Like the enemies take over, or
you could, there comes a point where they can wipe everyone out and you're not able to create anyone new. We didn't have that happen. I say we because, of course, I was playing this with my son Sam, who's back from college, and this is more his kind of game. So we were kind of working through it together, thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we eventually made it all the way through, and it gave us like a report card on how well we did. And then kind of unlocks other things. But when you're mining, the levels down there are procedurally generated. So you can't follow like the same path each time. There are always elements where you can't dig. So you're going to have to go different directions. Each time you play, you're getting something else. So aside from that, also being able to play as the dwarves. I do know the dwarves are demolition specialists. So you're not like precisely mining so much as you're just blowing up all kinds of things, which, again, I haven't played this yet, but I'm assuming is good because you get your materials faster, but you're also unleashing more enemies at once. So there's more to deal with in that regard. Graphics are good. It's kind of, I don't want to say pixelated. It is kind of retro pixelated, but still nicely detailed, nicely colored. Where you're mining can be really ornate, and these guys kind of like all float around or have jetpacks. It's not like they're walking or on mining carts. They can kind of fly around this whole thing as you're basically mining out this maze underneath your platform. There are some weird quirks, like a lot of the text, especially early on, elements that were supposed to be explaining things to you are overlapping one another. So it makes it really hard to read because you've got two different screens on top of one another. The game's been out for a bit, so I'm surprised that hasn't already been fixed. Let's see, when did the game come out? It was April 28th, so a few weeks now. And the opening does not do nearly enough to explain to you what's going on. Like, you have to make decisions for how you're going to approach things before you have any idea what you're doing. And I don't like that. Give me like some kind of thing. Once you play through it once, you start to get a good idea. In fact, one of the things that I was wrestling with at the beginning, I can't remember what it was called, but I had to pick a couple different things. I thought it was going to help me out, but I was actually picking like sub goals to complete while I was doing it.
Right.
So there was nothing to even indicate what that was. A little more instruction is always a good idea. But unique game, kind of fun, and we'll dig into it further and hopefully have a review this week.
Was that a pun? Dig into it.
Oh yeah. No, I never do puns on purpose. That's Trev's job.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Trev, what have you got for us?
How do I always get my game when we're already over an hour?
I
don't know how it works out that way. I'm playing a game called Constance, which is maybe not the most catching title. But then again,
better
this
than
game...
Great Circle.
Fair play. Constance, sort of like what Kirk was saying, this is a game that's maybe taken me out of my comfort zone. It's an action adventure, and I credit the developers. That's how they describe it on their page. Everyone else would call it a Metroidvania, but it is an action adventure, and it's sort of like it's a platformer with a paintbrush, and you are trying to basically, I'm just going to paraphrase here from the listing, discover yourself. It's a world created by your declining mental health. They actually had a little warning that it deals with themes like that. And that's the sort of thing that initially put me off, because I've played a handful of games that kind of touch on those themes, and I generally don't like them. In this case, I really like this game. I feel like they're doing a disservice the way they describe it, because it's just really well put together. Obviously, I'm going to review it. It came out, it's already late. Came out at the beginning of the month. Oh, there's a funny thing I should mention. The game actually starts to show you your mental state. The character, I'm presuming is Constance, is at a laptop, and it's like she's overloaded with like these pop-ups and these windows and all these emails, and I'm like, that's me, because my inbox right now has actually, I have it here in the window. I have 111 emails that I gotta read. So I'm like, this is totally me. I can relate. And basically, like, the laptop crashes her like through the floor into this other world, where she soon gets a paintbrush and is using it to navigate and power up and fight enemies. There's some great boss fights, and yeah, I'm just really digging it. I'm digging the visual style. I'm digging the music. I really...
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, it looks really pretty, the game.
Yeah. And a nice thing, too, being an action adventure or Metroidvania, is the map. What I like what they do, and I might be the only person who cares about this sort of thing, but a lot of times games like that, it'll be just a screen dominated by a huge map, and you'll be like a dot in the middle. And it can feel overwhelming, but in this map, even though the world is big, like, the location you're in is its own like rectangle or square, and you can still see like elsewhere, but like the focus is on where you are. I don't know if I'm describing that well, but it makes it feel more manageable. It's not like, oh, I got to backtrack through half a dozen rooms to get up to that corner. It's like, oh, okay, I just have to go to the edge of this room, and then there's a doorway.
Imagine making a game that's about stress, like reducing stress, and then giving them a huge map.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know why they described it the way they did, because I almost did not take it. I mainly took it because it was an older code, but yeah, I'm digging this game. And I think when I do get a review up, it'll finally have a Metascore. I checked. I didn't read the reviews, obviously, but it has 3 reviews on Switch, and it needs 1 more to get a Metascore. So
Oh, nice.
I'm looking forward to hopefully doing my bit to give it a little more publicity.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. Yeah, and it really does look pretty. So I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, that's really cool. Constance, and that's out now. Was it out May the 1st? So it's been out.
Yeah, beginning of the month.
Yeah, nice. That's cool. Well, I'll quickly talk about another game I'm playing. This is a review game called ChainStaff, which has been out also a little while. I think it came out in April. and it is another kind of platforming adventure. It's not a Metroidvania. It doesn't have that sprawling map. It's more about it's more like succinct levels that you go through. And I think there's like 10 worlds to explore, and the it's kind of weird, but I don't want to make it sound bad because it's actually really fun and it's really well designed. It's just weird. So, because you can see from the main character, he's like a half human, half alien kind of person. Basically, he's a soldier who has been attacked or taken over by an alien, and now he's kind of a hybrid. So he's working with his alien head. He's very odd looking, but he's a soldier and he's still doing missions, and he has this chain. That's why it's called ChainStaff, which is part of the alien hybrid situation that he can throw out, and it's really strong and it can attack enemies. He also has a gun, so it's kind of a run and gun platformer, I would say, a little Metal Sluggish. So yeah, it looks kind of weird. Like the aesthetics are meant to be sort of 70s, 80s cartoon vibe. That's the style I've deliberately chosen. And there's this giant alien. They're all kind of weird looking. There's lots of blood. So, it's going to be up to the individual if that's your style. But the actual gameplay is pretty good. The gun, you can shoot. You can sort of kind of a twin stick situation. You can hold down the ZL button, and then you can the main guy he won't move, and so you can just aim your gun that way, or you can run and gun, like you can shoot while you're running and try to control it with the R stick that way. The chain is pretty cool. Thank you, Talking Flower. He believes in us. The chain is pretty cool because it's like a weapon, but it also you can use it to climb. Like you can make it sort of stand up tall, and you can climb up it, and then you can kind of rotate it as well. So it's kind of versatile. So it's pretty clever that way. There's people to rescue in the levels. That's another Metal Sluggish thing. You have there's like those prisoners that you can come across that you rescue. That's in here as well. They're really hidden, which is why this is not so much of a left to right platformer. It's also got a very vertical style to it. So the worlds, even though there's only 10 of them, they're quite big. And if you want to complete it, you have to go back probably multiple times or spend a lot of time wandering around looking for everything, because there are sort of 4 or 5 of these soldiers to rescue. And when you rescue them, you at certain points within the level, you get to power up, or at the end of the level, you can power up your weapons, your chain, whatever. So there's a few reasons to do that. Well, there's an interesting thing where when you come across one of these soldiers and you have the option to help them, it is an option. So because he's a hybrid alien, you can choose to eat them if you prefer. There's like a decision to be made, and it's like eat their brain, eat their heart, or rescue them. And depending on what you choose, changes their story a little bit. Like people, if you're starting to eat the people, you're becoming more of the alien. You're letting the alien side take over, and people are going to start avoiding you. Like there's a different ending, apparently. There's 3 different endings. And yeah, so if you choose to rescue them, which is what I've been doing so far, because I just didn't want to be eating people, then that you have a human ending apparently, but I haven't got to that yet, obviously. But it does also change the power-ups you can get. So if you eat the brain, you do get some benefits from that. I think you get some, I don't remember what the benefit is, sorry. But if you eat the heart, you do get extra health. I think the brain gives you some strength or something like that. And if you eat the human, sorry, not eat the human, if you save the human, you get human-like, and when I say human-like, it's like human-invented things like drones that help you, or shield, that kind of thing. The power-ups are more centered around that, whereas if you go down the eating humans path, you get more alien tech kind of thing built onto your soldier body there. So it's interesting. It's really interesting. It's the visual looks that are going to put people off, I think, because it just looks odd, but that's the style, right? So I don't know if you guys are looking at it while we're talking and what you think, but
I have never seen an M-rated game look so vivid and colorful.
it is very colorful. The graphics are pretty nice. Like the backgrounds are really nice. And this is a Switch 1 game. I am playing it on Switch 2. It is compatible with Switch 2, but it is a Switch 1 game. And yeah, some of the backgrounds, like there's this one level, I think it's level 2. I've played like probably halfway, right? I've played maybe half the levels. And level 2, it sort of starts off with like almost like a postcard of the planet you're going to, because it's set in space and you're sort of trying to rescue planets from spores that have taken over. Like there's some kind of alien bug, but the postcard kind of zooms out, or I don't know, it becomes the game, and this one level, I'm pretty sure it's level 2, it's like zoomed out and you can see your character, and there's this giant dragon on the right and you're on the left, and you can see yourself jumping, and it's like really zoomed out, but it's done on purpose and it looks really cool. And then as you move closer to the dragon, it zooms in and then it becomes a normal level. But just that way, that sort of transition between beginning like the postcard and then starting the level and then being zoomed out, it looks really neat. Like there's a few tricks like that they've done, that the screenshots kind of belie some of what they've done with the actual look of it and the gameplay. It's probably deeper than it looks upon first glance, but like I said, it's still going to put some people off. So yeah. Any other questions there, Trev?
Can you eat the big toe instead of the heart or the brain?
No, you can only eat the
Lean your
heart,
way in.
the brain, or you can rescue them. It is on sale at the moment as well. It's 20% off. It's only $14.99 anyway in the US, so it's currently $11.99. And yeah, there's a lot to do. So like I said, it's not going to be for everyone, but I think if you're looking for something a bit different that is action packed with some exploration, yeah, you could probably do worse than this. I will review it, and I'm not sure what score I'm going to give it yet, but it'll get a decent score. Yeah. Kirk, did
And
you?
you know who should play this too
Who?
are fans of the artist Roger Dean.
Yeah. Okay.
Who painted a lot of Yes album covers in the 70s. There's one screenshot on this in the eShop that is almost, I won't say almost verbatim, very, very reminiscent of a Yes album cover.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Maybe that's the style they're going
That's
for.
my way of saying I approve of the artwork. Very, very striking artwork in the backgrounds of this game.
Yeah. Is it the one where he's got the chain up on the top? No, I don't know.
Yeah. He's apparently like jumping over a couple of scorpions, it looks like.
Yeah, and he's holding the chain with him. He's holding, it looks like
green background.
Yeah, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, compare that to the Yes Union album cover.
Yeah, okay. I love that. I do think that's what they're going. Oh yeah, it does look similar. That is what they're going for, that because that's just like a 70s thing, right? 70s, 80s, that sort of thing.
Yeah, like a kind of a pulp sci-fi look to it.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Exactly. So if you like that,
there's an album coming out this year.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm getting off track, but I was looking at Yes, they have an album coming out in 2026.
As a fan of Yes, let's just stop this conversation now.
Okay.
How many from the original band are left?
One.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, that's better than some bands.
Yeah, and actually, it's Steve Howe, and I don't even think he was the original guitarist. So in that case, it's none.
Oh.
Okay. I will just say before we go back to who's next, Kirk, just quickly, the one thing I really like about this game is, there's a lot of games where you have like a whip action. He's obviously got the chain. He also has kind of a whip that can hold on to things. And it's really good because it sort of sticks, and you don't have, like, you can hang there. There's a screenshot you'll see where he's kind of just hanging. A lot of the games that you have a whip ability, it's kind of finite. It's like you swing off and then it lets go, or you have to do something to hold on. This one just holds really well. It's pretty, again, versatile. So he's got a lot of moves up his sleeve, this guy. And there's some big boss fights. Again, you can choose your difficulty level. There's quite a few options there, which I also appreciate, again. So you can make this easier or harder for yourself. Yeah. So it's definitely worth checking out, like I said, if you want something a bit different and if you're a fan of Yes, I guess. But let's move back to... Oh, actually, I don't know what Yes sounds like, by the way. But the soundtrack is really rock, like 80s rock kind of guitars, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Yes sounds like, but maybe it's like that. Is it like that?
I'll listen to the trailer to the game.
Yeah,
and see. They were prog rock in the 70s and kind of still alt rock, prog rock, I guess.
Yeah, okay. It would be interesting to know if they've gone with that vibe as well, like the visual and the audio vibe, because I'm not familiar with Yes at all, but yeah, the soundtrack's it's cool. It's a rocking soundtrack, with some cool guitar stuff happening. So yeah, I think it's gonna suit a lot of players who are into that sort of thing. But let's move it back to Kirk for another look at what you're playing this week.
Oh, I'm going to be very fast this time. I talked about Patapon that I'm playing leading up to the release of Ratatan in, did we say it's June or July that's coming out?
I think you weren't sure
if
last
you're
week. It was one of the two. Yeah.
if you're doing the same thing I am, do not play it with a Pro controller.
Oh, yeah? Why?
I don't know if, there was a level on this where I just could not do it. And I'm pretty good at rhythm games, I think I mentioned before. And I could not get past this one thing. I tried it over and over and over again. I tried adjusting the input lag. I could not get the timing of it done. I played it in handheld mode and breezed past it the first time and got a perfect score on the next level.
Right.
So I don't know if it's the lag of the connection with the wireless controller, or if I think the Joy-Con ABXY buttons just are more clicky than they are on the Pro controller, but much, much, much easier to play that way. So
Cool.
that's it. If anyone's doing the same thing in preparation for Ratatan, that's how you do it. And on to you, Trev.
What do you got for us, Trev? One last game before we close things off.
So I'll be quick for this. This is not a new game by any means, but I was playing Toki on the Nintendo Switch, it came out several years ago, and it's based on the 1989 arcade game. The main reason I'm playing Toki is because I just finished a spread for the next issue of Pure Nintendo magazine. It's the one Kirk did for last issue for me.
Switching on a budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Toki's it's an inexpensive game anyway. It's only $9.99, but a lot of times you'll find it for $4.99 or even as low as $1.99.
Wow.
And if you do, I recommend it. It's actually sort of a run and gun platformer. Your Toki and your girl, your wife, whatever, it's kidnapped from the start. It's kind of the cliched story, which I guess would make Toki a owner of a lonely heart or something like that. I don't know.
Is that a yes
That's
song?
a joke for Kirk.
Yeah, nicely done, Trev. Nicely done.
I actually do know that song.
And it's a lot of fun. It's a nostalgic game. It was a semi-arcade hit, depending on where you were. Not as big in the States as maybe overseas, but a very difficult game. But it's the type of difficulty where you want to keep going because you're like, oh, I know I can do better. I know I can fix that mistake. And that's it. Stay tuned for the next issue to find out about Toki and a couple other games. And if you're on the fence, don't wait because I recommend it.
Yeah, right. Nice. Thank you, Trev. Toki. Yeah, it looks pretty colorful and cartoony and fun, but it's also
They
apparently
did
hard.
an amazing update with the visual style. It was a real labor of love.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. Thank you, Trev. Look forward to reading that article in the next issue of the Pure Nintendo magazine. Anything else to add before we do close things off for the week? We're good? Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us this week. Thank you, Trev and Kirk. We are on social media, so please follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky. See what we're up to over there. Check out our website for all our reviews and news. And as we just mentioned, we have a Pure Nintendo magazine. We're putting together the next issue, which we're hoping to publish, should be out towards the end of June. So look forward to hearing more about that when that is available. If you want to subscribe, though, you can jump onto patreon.com/Pure Nintendo and you can get the issue delivered to your door when it comes out. So look forward to that. We are excited to put it together. We love doing these magazines. We love doing these shows. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for listening. And until next week, game on, everybody. Bye.